So, Dr. Nebel, you talk about values-based dentistry. Can you share a little bit about what that means for you?
Well, it means something different at different times in my career. I used to think that everybody would value the same things, and my judgment got in the way of allowing me to offer my best care. But as I've learned more and gotten to understand my patients better, I realized that we all have different values, and those values actually change over time. And the rating of values, it's not that we don't value it, it's like, what's my highest value at this time of my life? So at a certain time in my life, the value of being really cautious with my finances might be a high value, even though I still value my health. So how can I help that patient not get less healthy while really being conscious of their finances, where maybe at a later date, they'll move forward with work that'll help them with their confidence and the health of their bite. But how do I help them not get worse during the meantime? I kind of laugh that everybody pays me in 3 different ways. Money out of their pocket, a little bit of pain and suffering in the chair, some people might say a lot of pain and suffering, and time out of their life. Then the next important thing I learned was, don't make assumptions on time. Because if the patient went to a dentist before that was maybe less experienced or had not good at technology and had 1 crown done and that took 3 hours, and they're coming to me and they're thinking of doing 6 or 8 or 10 veneers and really rebuilding a smile, in their mind they're going, I must be there for a day or 2, like so that their judgment of time is like, if it took 3 hours to do 1 crown, oh my goodness, could I even handle being in the chair? Where in fact, because we pre-do all of the planning, by the time you're in the chair and I would do 10 crowns on you, you'd be in and out in less than 2.5 hours. So those kind of conversations back and forth were like, you're kidding me. Because as soon as you take that, there's like this breath of relief. And now it's like, okay, so then what's the cost? And then sometimes we need to do that many teeth at a time in order to get the outcome, and the cost is then going to be large up front. But sometimes we can get the exact same result by spreading things out, because we have a plan of where we're going, and then do a little bit this year and a little bit next year and a little bit the next. So at the end, we've still done the same number of teeth, and if we can do it without compromise, how do I spread out that cost and for you? So those are the areas where I need to understand, what is it that's your fear, what is your value, and then we truly have conversations. And I love it when people ask me questions, because sometimes I've worked in offices where a patient will ask a question about money. An assumption is they only care about the money and what insurance is going to cover. And in reality, they're just wondering, how much will my insurance pay, so I know how much money I need to go to the bank and get. They're not saying I only want what insurance covers. So that's where the trust and the conversations back and forth between you and myself and my team are so important, because I don't want to make any assumptions about you and what I think you're saying, and I don't want you making any assumptions about how long that it's going to take to be in the chair, because of our incredible preparation and technology that we have. So everything just flows smooth. Where you know up front what your costs are going to be, your costs for money, your costs for time, and hopefully as a little bit of pain and suffering as possible.